Hello, everyone. My name is Nolita Nanda, and welcome to Sanctuary Live here at the Jungle Studio at the Sanctuary Resort. I'm going to be teaching a dynamic Vinyasa yoga class, so we'll just give you a couple minutes to get yourself a mat. If you have a block or something that somewhat resembles a block, go ahead and grab that, perhaps a strap and maybe a cushion, and we'll be getting going in just a couple of minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nolita Nanda. Welcome to Sanctuary Live. It's dynamic yoga class, so we're going to be moving a little bit fast-paced. But I always like to start off with just a little bit of meditation. Just take a few moments just to arrive at the mat, feel grounded, and then we will start to flow. So coming to a nice straight spine, you can grab yourself a cushion if you need to sit on one. Finding yourself a nice straight spine and gently closing the eyes. Every inhalation, feeling the crown of the head moving up towards the sky. And every exhalation, feel the knees and the pelvis drop towards the earth. Just start to lengthen the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. We want the breath to be very comfortable and very natural. We just want the breath to be a little bit fuller. Moving into a more conscious, mindful breathing. Just watching the breath that flows in and out of the body. Noticing how the body changes with each breath. Noticing how the chest lifts and the belly moves. Not trying to change anything, but simply observing what happens with the body as the breath flows in and out. Noticing not only the inhales and the exhales, but noticing the pauses between the breaths. Follow the inhalation to the top. You'll notice there's a very gentle pause. Follow the exhalation to the bottom. There's another pause. So there's 4 parts to the breath. The inhale, the exhale, and the 2 pauses. Now, by keeping your attention on all 4 parts of the breath, it helps to keep your attention on the breath. It helps to steady the mind, calm the body, and keep you present in this moment. Watch the breath go in, watch the pause, watch the breath go out, watch the second pause. It's observing the full cycle of breath. And staying with this gentle meditation, just placing the hands on the ground in front of you. For some of you, this is going to be deep enough. And for those of you with a little more flexibility, just start to walk your hands forward, dropping the head down, dropping the neck down, and just fully relaxing into this gentle forward bend. Every exhalation, just feeling the body softening towards the earth. Every time we're in a forward bend in yoga, it's always a very introspective space. So it's like a coming home. It's a really nice place to begin your practice. Slowly settling in to this very gentle forward bend. No forcing or pushing, just meeting your body at its natural point of resistance. Continuing with this very meditative breath. Good. And just gently walking your hands all the way over to the left side, elongating the right side of the body, and just coming into a nice side stretch. We're gently awakening the body, preparing for our practice. Walk your hands to center, and then over to the other side. Beautiful. Good. And coming back to center, and up tall again. Good. And taking the hands, wrap them around behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, lift your hands away from your back. Good. And gently closing the eyes, making this part of the meditation. Long, deep breaths, and just keep pushing your hands away from your back as far as you can, but still comfortable. Good. And just tuning into where you're feeling the sensations. The chest and shoulders are gently opening. Good. And relaxing. Arms come out to a T and palms face the ground. Good. And crossing over. So left is going to go above the right, above the elbows, crossing, and then palms together and lifting the elbows. Good. And closing the eyes again. Let's make this part of the meditation. See if you can lift your elbows and your hands away a little bit further, creating a bit more space, and tuning into where you're feeling the sensations. And feeling yourself softening into the posture. Good. Dropping the elbows towards the belly, drop the hands away, the neck releases. Good, and release. Hands go onto the knees, rolling the shoulders back, rolling the shoulders forward. Good, another side. Extending the arms out, palms face the ground, crossing over the other direction. This time the right goes above the left, above the elbows, bend at the elbows, palms together. And then lift. Again, closing the eyes. Good. And see if you can lift the hands and the elbows away a little bit further. Continue with a long, deep, meditative breath. Good. And drop the elbows into the belly. Head drops down, the neck releases. Good. And hands back onto the knees. Rolling the shoulders back. Rolling the shoulders forward. Good. And taking your left hand, placing it onto the ground, the right arm is going to come up and extending over. Good, nice side stretch. And back to center, other side. Good, we'll make this into a little bit of a flow. Inhale up to center and exhale, reach and extend. Good. Inhale up And exhale over. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale over. Following your own breath. And last one. Beautiful. Let's make our way onto our hands and our knees. Hands are going to fall directly underneath the shoulders. Knees will fall directly underneath the hips. And we move into cat-cow. So as you inhale, looking up, and exhale, dropping the tailbone, arching the spine like an angry cat. Good. Following the breath, flexing the spine as much as we can in opposite directions, trying to get a full flexion. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable so you can really feel what's happening in the body. And see if you can exaggerate the breathing, seeing how long you can make the inhales and the exhales last. Good. A couple more times. Good. And coming to neutral. And we'll take the knees and kick them back, making your way onto your chest. Your hands are going to slide back, so your elbows are going to go up in the air. As you inhale, we make our way just into a very gentle cobra. And exhale, lower. Good. Keeping the elbows squeezed in tight. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. Good. Inhale a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. Keep those elbows squeezed in. Inhale, lift and hold. Couple of breaths here. Good. Exhale, lower. The arms go back. Palms face the ceiling. And relax. Good. Taking the hand, interlace them behind the back. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the hands away. Inhale, lifting the chest. This is going to be level 1. Level 2, if you want to go a little bit deeper, is lifting the legs also. Keeping the breath strong. In and out through the nose. Trying not to constrict the flow of breathing. Good. And gently release. Pushing yourself up and making your way back to child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide, extending the arms out. You can rest the chest on the ground. If it doesn't quite get there, then a little bit higher, but just position the body so that the chest is sinking towards the earth. Ideally, one day, if you're not quite there, then we'd like to have the chest on the ground. It might take a lifetime. That's what we're here for. Just keep practicing. One day it might happen. Good. And back up to hands and knees, tucking the toes, sit bones towards the sky, downward facing dog. Good. Look up at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide with the middle finger pointing directly forward. Heels are moving towards the ground. Tailbone is moving towards the sky. The chest is moving towards the legs. You can start paddling the legs out, getting just a little bit of movement going. Good. And finding a still dog. Good. And from downward facing dog, we're going to inhale forward to a plank. And exhale back, downward dog. Inhale forward to a plank. And exhale back, downward dog. You'll notice this is going to get a lot easier if you just gently engage the abdominals. It takes the weight out of the arms and puts it into the core. 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Last one. Good. Dropping the knees down and child's pose. 3 breaths here. Make them nice and long and strong. Good. And coming back up to hands and knees. Tucking the toes, sit bones towards the sky, downward facing dog. Now taking the right leg and extending it up, pushing up nice and high. Good. Inhale forward and exhale back, three-legged dog. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last one. Good. And switching legs, kicking it up, holding it up a couple of breaths here. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last one. Inhale forward, exhale back. Good. Coming back into a downward facing dog. And look up between the hands. Walk, step, or jump. Lengthening the spine. And fold. Just dangling here just a moment. You can have your knees bent if that's more comfortable for you. Or straight legs. Your hands can be here or they can be clasped on your elbow. Just make sure there's no tension in your neck. So move your neck around if you're not sure. And find a place where it's just completely dangling there. Good. Ragdoll yourself all the way up to standing. Beautiful. And so now we begin to flow. Inhale, the arms come up, look up at the thumbs, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, look up. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll stay here a couple of breaths. Just make a few adjustments. Always take the first few moments to try to find the perfect dog. And then coming to a still dog as you settle in. Good. And look up between the hands. Walk, step, or jump. Lengthening the spine. And fold. Inhale, the arms come all the way up. Look up at your thumbs. And exhale, hands by the sides. Beautiful. Inhale, the arms come up. Look up at the thumbs. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Look up. Exhale. Step or jump back, lowering down, elbows in. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. I'll take a few breaths here, taking a moment. Make a few adjustments. Look up your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. Have a look at your feet. And once you think you're in your perfect version of your dog in this moment, and finding stillness. Good. Finishing your exhalation, look up between the hands with an inhale, walking or stepping forward, lengthening the spine, and fold. Inhale, the arms come all the way up, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, hands by the sides. Good. Last round. Inhale, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, look up. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down, elbows in. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Again, just taking a moment, looking for your perfect dog, make a few adjustments, and then settling into stillness. The only movement is the movement of the breath. Good. Finishing your exhalation, look up between the hands. Walk or jump, lengthening the spine, and fold. Inhale, the arms come all the way up, look up at the thumbs, and exhale, hands by the sides. Good. We're working a little bit of balancing. So first we will do tree pose. So transferring your weight onto your right foot. Lifting your heel up, you can either be here or you can be up taller. Placing your foot on your leg so it's pointed directly down. The standing leg is nice and strong, so not out like this. You want to bring that hip in. Hands go to heart center. Keeping your drishti, your focal point, focused on one spot. And when you're ready, you can grow your branches. Good. Beautiful. And now we're going to make a little transition, just grabbing the foot. We'll move into half lotus. So your hand can either be on the hip or you can bring it around, holding onto your elbow. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, then you can grab onto your baby toe or to your big toe and moving into a forward bend. Good. Making your way out and switching the sides. Transferring your weight into your opposite foot. Placing your foot on your leg. Make sure your standing leg is nice and strong, so not out like this. Bring the hip in. Foot is pointing directly down and not at a diagonal. Hands go to heart center. Find your drishti, your focal point, somewhere to focus your gaze. And when you're ready, you can grow your branches. Good, and we'll transition just into half lotus, so you can grab your foot, placing it onto your leg, and you can either stay like this, or if you want to go into the full version, then grabbing onto your toe, and make your way into a forward bend. Good, and all the way up, gently release. Beautiful. Top of the mat. Inhale, the arm come all the way up, look up at the thumb. And exhale, fold. Taking the feet hip distance apart, grabbing your peace fingers onto your big toes. Good, and then lengthening the spine. The elbows are bent, and pull yourself into a forward bend. Good. And so you really want to have a lot of strength in the upper body, like you're trying to pull yourself towards the ground. So we're not relaxed in the shoulders, we're actually pulling up. So it's a full body posture. Good, lengthening the spine, lifting up. You can bend your knees if you need to place your toes all the way up to your wrists. Then forward bend, and then if you can, straighten the legs. If you can't straighten the legs, just keep them bent. And every exhalation, pulling yourself a little bit further towards the ground. Good. And gently releasing, looking up, and making your way back into a plank, lowering down, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now taking your left foot and stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down and cartwheel the arms up. Virabhadrasana, warrior two. Now have a look, make sure that your front heel is lined up with your back arch. Arms are parallel to the ground. Your drishti is looking straight over your middle finger. Just check we don't have any weird little twists going in our shoulders. Nice straight line. And sinking a little bit deeper into that front leg. Long, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good. Taking your right hand, placing onto your right thigh. Left palm faces the ceiling. Hand slides down as the palm comes up and looking at the tip of your middle finger. Exalted warrior. Check that your forehead is relaxed. Often when we're looking up in a posture, scrunch our forehead and want to be looking up but with a relaxed face and forehead. Good. Inhale, lifting the chest, clasping fingers behind the back and take a bow, humbled warrior. Keep pushing your hands overhead. Good. And gently release. Hands go onto the ground. Make your way back, downward facing dog. We'll have some options between the postures, so you can either stay here in downward dog, which is about a medium. You can drop into child's pose, or if you want it to be a full power class, then just do a vinyasa. Inhale up and exhale back. Good. And moving on to the other side, so taking the right foot, stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down, cartwheel the arms up, Virabhadrasana, warrior two. Good. And again, we want to have the front heel lined up with the back arch, sink nice and deep, making sure that your tailbone is tucked. Arms are straight and parallel to the ground. Long, deep breaths. You can sink a little bit deeper. Good. Back hand goes to the back leg. Palm faces the ceiling. Hand slides down as the palm comes up. Exalted warrior, looking at the tip of your middle finger. And just check that your forehead remains relaxed. Good. Now interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, take a bow. Humbled warrior. Completely releasing the neck. Keep pushing your hands forward. Good. And gently releasing. Making your way back, downward facing dog. You're staying here, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good. Now taking your left foot and stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down, and cartwheel the arms up. Good. We're going to go into a forward bend. So your options for your arms, a little bit shorter of a stance than our warriors. Your options are going to be holding onto your elbows, or you can go into reverse prayer. Now this is easier than it looks. It's one of those funky yoga poses that looks super complicated, but it isn't actually. The key is keeping your shoulders back. So if your shoulders are a little bit open, most people can do this posture even if you think that you can't. So have a go if you want to, or just hold on to your elbows. Now keeping the shoulders and the hips square to the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, leading with the chin. Try not to lose the alignment of the hips and the shoulders as you move forward. Good. Keeping the shoulders back. Long, deep breaths. Good. Inhale up. Now turning on your heels, facing the opposite direction. Good. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, leading with the chin. Keep the shoulders pushed back. Good. Forward bend. Good. Inhale up. Turning on the heels, releasing the arms, bending the front knee. Hands go onto the ground and make your way back. Downward facing dog. Stay there, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good. Now taking the right foot and stepping it between the hands. Good. And dropping this heel down. Now your right hand is going to go on we're going to stay low. So your hand can go here, or if this is too deep for you, you're welcome to just use a block to elevate your hand. Now this hip is way up in the air, and we want to sink it down. So we're in a nice straight line all the way across the body and extending and reaching out. Your drishti, your focal point, is the palm of your hand. Good. Hand go onto the ground and make your way back. Downward facing dog. Stay there, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Good. Now taking your left foot, stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down. Again, if you need to have a block to elevate your hand, you're welcome to place it on the outside of your left foot. Taking this hip, dropping it way down. The arm comes up and over. And looking at the palm of your hand, and keep reaching your fingertips. Long, strong breath. Good. Hand goes onto the ground and make your way back, downward facing dog. Stay there, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Beautiful. Now, taking your right foot, stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down, flatten the foot, come up. Adjusting your foot so it falls directly underneath your knee. Hands go to heart center. We're going to move into a twist. So turning the body all the way towards the right. Now placing the elbow onto the knee. Now if you're new to twists, a little bit of alignment cues. You can see how my hands are up by my armpits. What we want to do is have them at the heart center. So pushing your elbow against your knee, use that resistance to bring the hands to heart center. Good. Now, you can either stay here, or if you want to, then you can lift your back leg up. But just make sure that your back leg is fully active, full power. Good. If you want to go even deeper, you can place your hand onto the ground and open up the arms, looking up at your thumb. Good. Hands go onto the ground and make your way back. Downward facing dog. Stay there, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Good. And from downward facing dog, we're going to take the left foot and stepping it forward, dropping the back heel down. Dropping the knee, just adjusting the foot so it falls directly underneath the knee. Hands are going to go to heart center. Good, and now we're going to twist in the opposite direction. First, turning the body as far as you can. Then place your elbow onto the knee. Then push your elbow against the knee. Bring the hands to heart center. Good, and taking any variation of the pose that you want to, either staying here, kicking the back leg up, or opening the arms up. Looking up at your thumb. Back leg is fully active. Good. And gently release. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Stay there in downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Beautiful. Now taking your right foot and stepping it forward. Good. And we're just going to shuffle your foot out to the side so both hands are going to go onto the instep. Now keeping your left foot off of the ground, we're going to sink the body weight down. Good. But keep the knee up. Quite an intense hip opener. And releasing the neck. Allow yourself just to sink into this posture. You can move around a little bit if you want to. Make some circles. Deep into the hips. We are going to relax into this for a moment, but just for a couple of breaths, we'll keep it active. Good. And dropping the knee down, flatten the foot. You can bring your elbows to the ground. I know for some of you this is going to be way too much, so if you want to place a block just here, so you can place your elbows on top of the block, you can do so. And releasing the head completely. Couple of deep breaths here. Good. Now taking your right hand and just placing it onto your knee and pushing your knee up to the side as you look up towards the sky. Good. Back to the center. Push yourself up. Tucking the toes. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. Good. Either staying there, downward dog. Rest in child's pose or vinyasa. Beautiful. Now taking your left foot, stepping up forward. Shuffling your foot out to the side, keep that knee off of the ground, and dropping your hips down. Good. You can circle around a little bit, nice big circles, get some movement going. Feels nice and good as we get deep into those hips. Good. Circle the other way. And dropping that knee down, flatten the foot. Elbows come to the ground. Or if that's too intense, obviously, just placing your elbows on top of a block. Release your head. Good. Lifting up. Taking your left hand, just placing it on your left knee, pushing that knee open and look up towards the sky. Good. Making your way back, downward facing dog. Either stay there, downward dog, rest in child's pose, or vinyasa. Good. Now taking your left foot, stepping it forward, and this time we're going to stay low as we turn our heels. And we make our way into a wide-legged forward bend. First, lengthening the back, look up. Make sure that the outside edges of your feet are parallel to the outside edges of your mat. Hands go onto the ground in line with your instep. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. Now your head can just be dangling there, or if it's in your practice, you can place your head onto the ground. Strong legs. The elbows should be right over top of the wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Strong breath. Good. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Look up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, all the way up and relax. Oops, my mic is falling out. Just give me 1 second here. Technical issues. Okay. Back to yoga. Inhale, the arms come out. Exhale, clasping the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, folding forward, arms come overhead. Good. Keep pushing the arms forward. Strong legs, strong arms. Ideally, one day we would like to have our hands right on the ground. It might take a lifetime to get there, but just keep trying. Good. Inhale all the way up and relax. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, fold. Taking your right hand, placing it right in front of your nose. Inhale, left arm is going to come up and look up at your thumb. Good. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take your left hand and swing it around and grabbing onto your thigh. If you want to go even deeper still, taking your right arm, placing it onto your left calf and twist a little deeper. Strong breath. Good. And unravel yourself. Taking your left hand, placing it right in front of your nose. Inhale, the right arm is going to swoop up and look up at your thumb. Now you can stay right here. You don't need to go any further, but if you would like to try a little deeper, taking your hand, grabbing onto your thigh. Even deeper still, left hand goes onto your right calf. Just a little deeper. Good. And gently unravel yourself. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up and relax. Now turning the toes pointed out, we're going to move into goddess posture. Now as we sink down, we want to have our knees right above our ankles. So you might need to adjust, and your arms are going to come up. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Arm bowls are parallel to the ground, so not down here, we're up here. Very active hands. Now sinking a little bit deeper. Adjust your feet if you need to so that your feet are underneath your knees. Now tucking your tailbone and sink a little deeper. Good. Inhale up, touching the hands, and exhale, goddess. Inhale up, touching your hands, and exhale, goddess. Every time we're going to sink a little bit deeper. Down, down, down. Good. 2 more times. A little bit deeper. Last one. How low can you go? Good. Inhale up and relax. Now heel toe in a little bit closer, and we're going to sink down to Malasana. So inhale, the arms come all the way up, and exhale straight down. Good. Now just adjusting yourself, and for those of you who cannot get your heels on the ground, don't worry, just grab something that's rolled up and place it underneath your heels, a cushion or something. Hands go into prayer, and then we take the elbows and place them just on the inside of the knees, and then bring the hands to heart center, which just pushes your knees out a little bit. And we're just going to rest here. We've been moving quite fast, and if you want to even close your eyes, just take a couple of breaths. This is an excellent posture for digestion, helps to get everything moving. And you are welcome to stay here, or if you want to move into an arm balance, we're going to try crow pose. So just adjusting yourself. Now, fingers are going to be spread nice and wide. You're about to place your entire body weight onto your hands, so make sure you've got a nice strong base. So not like this. Get them nice and solid. Good. Now lifting the bum up. And your elbows are going to go, or so your knees are going to go just into your armpits, come up onto your tiptoes. Now the key to this posture is that you actually touch your toes. And so angle your legs as you lift up. Your drishti, your focal point, is about 10 inches above your hands. And we'll try to hold for about 5 breaths. So tilting forward, one foot, and then the other. Good. And gently relax, releasing the neck. And just falling back, woohoo! And wide leg forward bend. Extending the legs out. You're most welcome to grab a cushion. If you're not sure if you need a cushion, basically if your pelvis is doing this, then you should be on a cushion. If you can sit with a straight spine, then cushion is totally optional. So first, just lifting the chest, closing the eyes. Placing the hands onto the ground and just walking the fingertips forward, dropping into a forward bend. Good. And lifting up. Now taking the right leg and extending it forward. The left heel is going to come up. We move into another forward bend. So just making sure that your shoulders are square to the front of the mat. So we move forward. We don't look like this. We look like this. Okay? Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward bend. Every exhalation, feeling yourself softening. Good. And coming up. Now placing your foot onto the ground. 3 variations of this twist. We're first going to lift the spine, and your elbow is just going to be on the inside. This is going to be level 1. For all levels, make sure this foot is active so it doesn't go floppy like this. It's active. This is going to be level 1. Level 2 is going to be placing your elbow on the outside, lift and twist. Level 3 is going to be moving into a bind. Grabbing onto your fingers again, make sure that your front leg is active. Twist and look behind you. Long, deep breaths. Every exhalation, so you can twist a little deeper. Good. And gently releasing. So taking this foot, crossing it right over. Top of the foot is going to go onto the ground. Now, if this is too much for your hips, just go like this. This is going to be your posture totally fine. If it's in you, then we go into this level, and even deeper still is going to be bending the right leg. Now, if you're in this variation, you can place your hands onto the ground, just lifting up so you can stack your knees a little bit better. Try to get both sit bones on the ground. Good. Now, taking your left arm, raising it up, bending behind you, and take your other arm, swoop it around, clasping your fingers. Good. Closing the eyes. Now, inviting the body to relax. This is such an intense posture. I'm moving quite quickly, so suddenly asking the body to surrender might just take a few breaths. Just close the eyes and feel the body completely softening. Good. Releasing the fingers. Hands are going to go onto the ground. For some of you, this is going to be totally fine. For others, you can go into a forward bend. Releasing the head, releasing the neck, and relax. Feeling the body completely softening and surrendering. Good. And lifting up. Extending both legs out. Feet go onto the ground. Just allow the knees to drop from side to side. And extending the left foot out. Taking the right heel, bring it up. First we move into a forward bend, keeping the shoulder square to the front of the mat. As we inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward bend. Releasing the neck. Every exhalation, just softening a little bit further. Good. Inhale up. Now taking your right foot, placing it onto the ground. Again, we've got the 3 variations for the twist. First off is going to be elbow on the inside of the knee. Level 2 is going to be elbow on the outside of the knee. And level 3 is going to be moving right into a bind. Clasping your fingers or holding onto your wrist. Twist and look behind you. Make sure your front leg doesn't go to sleep, it stays active. It's a full body posture. Good. And relaxing. Now drawing the feet in, lifting the chest. And we'll move into another forward bend, Baddha Konasana. Every exhalation, just feeling the body softening. Beautiful. And lifting up. Making our way onto our backs. Then move a little bit into some back bending. We'll just do 2 back bends. And the easy beginner variation and the gentle one, which we'll do together, is just going to be bridge. So alignment-wise, just make sure that your heels are grazing your fingertips. Lifting the hips up, interlace your fingers behind your back, rock from side to side, get your shoulders right underneath your body, and pushing your hips up. Imagine there's a little beach ball between your knees that you're trying to squeeze together to make sure that your knees stay above your ankles. Good. Pushing up onto your tiptoes, releasing, and gently lowering down. Drawing the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around your knees, and just rocking from side to side. And now you have the option to do bridge again, which I recommend if this is a beginner's practice. So if you're just new to yoga, you're limited flexibility, just do what we just did. And if you have a little more flexibility, move into full wheel. Now, alignment-wise, again, make sure that your fingertips are grazing your heels, and make sure that your toes stay planted on the ground so you don't move into this wonky duck foot thing. We want to keep the toes pointed forward. Okay, so toe mounds stay planted, hands go behind you, and then just gently pushing up. You can either just go to the crown of your head, or you can go into full wheel. Now trying to straighten the arms and straighten the legs. Long, deep breaths. Good, and gently lowering down. Draw the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees, gently rocking from side to side. Now, options for the next posture. If you're really getting tired, you're welcome just to go into reclined butterfly and rest here. And if you would like to go in shoulder stand, then that's your other option. So drawing your knees up, and a little momentum is going to rock you up. Now, you can just have into kind of half shoulder stand where your hands are just underneath your hips and your toes are pointed forward. The full posture is going to be to rock from side to side to get your elbows a little more underneath your wrist, walk your hands up your back, and coming into a straight line. Good. Now your feet are tilted towards the ceiling, but they're not as active, flexed, stressed out pose. We want the feet relaxed, but just tilted. Good. And your drishti, your focal point, is actually going to be your belly button. Forehead is relaxed, and this is actually a relaxation posture. So try to surrender into it. Just a few more breaths. Good. And bringing the toes forward. Interlace your fingers behind your back, gently rocking from side to side. Good. Now your legs stay active. This is Halasana plow pose. It is quite an active pose still, so the knees are not yet bent. That's the next posture. So keep legs straight and active. Good. Dropping the knees beside the ears. Good. And gently making your way out. Now we never fall out of shoulder stand. We want to come out with control, so using the strength of your abdominals to roll out slowly. And then we move into Matsyasana fish pose. So if you know it, go ahead. And then if you need demonstration, feet go onto the ground, lift the bum up, hands go underneath the bum, bum goes back down again, extending the legs out. Whoops. And then pushing up onto your elbows, and the crown of the head goes onto the ground. Now keep pushing the chest up. Good. And gently relaxing. And we'll just do a nice spinal twist. So drawing the knees up. Now taking the right leg and crossing it over top of the left. And then just rocking into a couple nice big circles, massaging all areas of your sacrum. And then dropping the knees over towards the left and the head turns towards the right. Now, the higher you bring your knees up into the chest, the deeper you go into the twist. And if you need a cushion or something underneath your knees, please use one. Head turns the opposite direction and closing the eyes. Now, twists are one place where we're often holding on to stuff in our body that we're not even aware. So I'll invite you to take a really big inhale. And as you exhale, do a full body conscious release and see if something else lets go. Do that again. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Full body conscious release. And last time, inhale. And exhale, release. Good. Gently unraveling yourself, drawing the knees up, wrap your arms around the knees, just rocking from side to side. And we'll take the left foot, crossing it over top of the right. Again, we'll just make a couple of circles, massaging the sacrum, both directions. And then dropping the knees towards the right, and the head turns towards the left. Again, the higher you draw the knees up, the deeper you go into the twist. We want the body to be completely relaxed. And again, we'll do those nice big inhales. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, full body conscious release. See if something else let go. Drop a little deeper. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Surrender to the bliss of the twist. Good. And gently release. Unravel yourself. Wrap your arms around your knees, gently rocking from side to side. Good. And extending both legs out for the final rest of Shavasana. You're welcome to place a cushion underneath your knees or underneath your head for comfort. Arms and legs are going to splay out to the sides. Closing the eyes and feeling the body just completely relax and surrender. Feeling the facial muscles relaxing. Feeling the nose broaden and the jaw widen. Feeling the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back melting into the mat. Feeling the hips relaxing. The legs are relaxing. Each toe, each finger relaxes. Everything is softening. And take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, full body release, deep relaxation, just let go. And observing the breath as it flows in and out of the body, dropping deeper and deeper into relaxation. Beautiful. And gently wiggling the fingers and the toes. Bring awareness back into the body. And gently drawing the knees up. And dropping over to the side. Just pausing for a moment here, curled up in this very nourishing fetal position. And finding your way up to seated, keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable. Beautiful. And just pausing for a moment, sitting with a nice straight spine. Finding ourselves back into the original meditation posture. And just observing how you're feeling right now. And setting the intention to carry this feeling through the rest of the day so others may benefit from your practice. Good. And gently drawing the arms up, rubbing the hands together, creating heat, creating blessings, churning the vibration of our dualities into oneness. Pulling the hands apart, showering those blessings over the crown of the head. Give blessings to the eyes that help you see. Blessings to the ears that help you hear. Blessings to the throat that helps you communicate. Blessings to the heart center, down the chest. Blessings to the thighs. Blessings to the knees for their strength, our lower legs. Give blessings to the feet that help us to stand present in this moment. Blessings to our healing hands, our shoulders for their strength, and back to the heart center. Center of love, devotion, and compassion. And just gently closing the eyes and dropping the forehead down, reflecting on something in your life that you're grateful for. Hands go to the ground, a gentle, deep bow and humble gratitude. And back up again. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. It has been a real pleasure as always. I hope you enjoy the practice and I will see you again.